Hey, this is the Sourceseeker Hour. This is our show on festive occasions. I'm your host, Baruti Carl Alexander. This is our 149th episode of the Sourceseeker Hour. I have one of my favorite guests with me, Miss Norma Johnson. She's an entrepreneur and she has a whole listing of different things she does. As she states, one of the most important is being a mother, and I'm a father, so I know how important that is. But she's also a travel entrepreneur as well as involved in other things. I want her to introduce herself and share some of the things that she does. Please, Norma.
Hi, good evening, everyone. As he said, we've been on here. This is my third time being on here, so I appreciate it. I do not take it lightly that you consider me to come on your program to share with the world and your viewers on this platform. So I just want to say thank you, and to the viewers that are watching us, we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy day to come and see and hear what we have to say. But my name is Norma Johnson. I'm originally from Jamaica. I am living in upstate New York right now in the USA, and I'm a mother, a wife. I also a childcare provider, a herbalist, and I'm a travelpreneur right now. Like I'm helping people anywhere in the world that are looking to leave, build generational wealth and leave a legacy for their children. And if you want to just travel the world, I also can assist you in doing that. So with that said, I'll go back to our host for the evening. Thank you, Mr. Barodi.
Okay, you mentioned that you help people build generational wealth, also online business. Can you share a little bit more about what you do with that, how you help people, how you can help them to generate income on their own?
Okay, well, so because I'm a travel business owner, I'm with a company known as Planet Marketing. Planet Marketing is the company that has helped me to assist other people from some parts of the Caribbean, lots of part of Europe. We're about to get into Germany and Canada right now. This way, I'm able to assist anybody that is looking for extra income in their household, whether it be $500, $1,000 a month or more. You can earn as much as you like, how much work you want to put into it. We are there to help assist you, coach you, mentor you, and teach you and train you about anything that is in the travel space, the travel industry. And in that, and I learn it, I do it, and then I teach it, and I'll teach others to do the same thing. So it's a repetitive thing that is duplicatable, that you don't have to be all over the place and worrying about how it's going to work, because we are showing you the blueprint, and whatever others do in the past, we have 3 million years that are doing it. So I know I'm not tons of six-figure income earners and even less. So we're not guaranteeing you that you're going to get what others are getting. If you put in the work, though, you will definitely get that.
Okay. Um, let's go into that a little bit more. I know I do a lot of traveling. Now, fortunately, I have a connection with my daughter, so my flights are taken care of. But certainly, hotel rooms,
Mm-hmm.
um, there's a lot of tours available. And if you go to different parts of the world, you want to have a nice organized tour. For instance, if you go to Chicago, you might want to do a tour, a black tour, or go to New York, you might want to do a tour, or go to Vegas, you might want to do a tour. What can
Correct.
you
Yeah.
tell us about? Now, I believe the travel tour companies that are at the foremost are Viator,
Right.
and it's one more Viator, and then
I'm
what can
only
you?
used to Viator because I am a Viator affiliator as well, affiliate that helps them promote their company. So I'm partnering up with them as well as golden tickets, that if you want to like go to the events and concerts and such as like football, the Super Bowl that is coming up, I'm partnering up with them for those kind of things. But then with Viator, if you want to go helicopter, right? If you want to do the balloon or the skydiving or zip lining and stuff like that. And if you just want to go to view some of those parks or the Statue of Liberty, different ferries and stuff like that, that's where Viator come in. And Viator is like worldwide. So if they're ready to go on somewhere, they say they're already on their trip. They never book anything any activities that they want to do. And they're like, oh my God, I wish I wanted to do that. I could send them my Viator link, and that pays me whenever I give somebody my link, I get paid. So it's the same thing I do for other people. The same access that I have, I would be able to pass that on to someone who gets started with me in my business, because that's what it's a multi-level marketing business. And with the travel space, that's how I would be able to send someone to get started in the same way I get started in the travel space.
I've used Viator and it worked very well. I went to the Grand Canyon.
Right,
Of course,
yes.
the Grand Canyon, you can do a helicopter ride. You can do the tour bus, which is what I
Right.
did. There's a lot of different perspectives on different ways to do things. So I like Viator. The only thing is, if you cancel, and hopefully you plan well enough where you don't have to do that, but you may not be able to get your money back. But
right away.
I suggest that you wait till you're sure and then go ahead and plan for it. But if you go to Vegas, it's good to do, like they have tours of old Vegas where where of course the mob museum is, and different things, Fremont Street in Vegas. So that's a good tour also. But a lot of these cities, like New Orleans, has some very good tours and everything. And Viator has that also. So, but the other company that is a part of the tour industry is Travel Advisor, I believe it is. But I think Travel Advisor actually owns Viator. But that's a whole nother thing. I believe we have been joined by a phone guest. How are you doing?
Just fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, and thank you for calling in. We're talking about
Okay.
festive occasions, and I was mentioning with my guest Norma, who has been on the show several times. This is her third time. Miss Sheba, how many times is this for you? And if you could introduce a lot of the things that you do, I don't think we have enough time to share everything that you do, but if you could just share a few of the things that we do. I just give a disclaimer. She wrote the picture for my last book, and I appreciate that. But please share, Sheba, some of the things that you do.
Okay. First of all, my name is Sheba Amenrahotep, and I have a Facebook page with most of my artwork, and it's called Sweet Monsters Arts. And I named it that because it's named after my personality. I'm sweet, but I can be very mean also. So, Sweet Monsters Art. I do all types of arts. I do paintings in just about every media there is, like watercolors, acrylics, oils, drawings, pastels. Did I say watercolors? Yeah, watercolors. And I also do handcrafted soaps, like charcoal soaps, different types of herbs like neem and golden seal, and I do facial scrubs, sugar scrubs, bath crystals, and I do handcrafted jewelry. I do upholstery, I do curtains, I make pillowcases, handcrafted purses. I think I said it before, but I do that. And I also write a newsletter, Sleeping Giants newsletter. I'm the main editor of it. It consists of Black events that's happening around the city and Black history. And what motivated me to start that newsletter was because a lot of times when these people who speak about African history, Black history, when they come to town, a lot of people in the so-called socioeconomic economically deprived areas would not go, even if it was free. Most of the time they would charge anywhere from $10 to $25, but they never would go. So I said, I'm going to start a newsletter and bring the information to the people, free of charge. If they want to give me a donation to help keep it in print, fine. But I did very good. So that's the newsletter that I have, Sleeping Giants newsletter. And that's basically a little bit of the stuff that I do. And I also started a company, a LLC called Joseph Charlotte 1879. And I named it after my late father because he was a hellified artist, but he was one of those people that never got a chance to show it to the world. So I'm like, I'm going to name it after him in honor of my father. So I have Joseph Charlotte 1879 and Sweet Monsters Arts.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, I want to make sure I announce, promote. You said Sweet Monster Art, right?
Sweet, like sweet candy, sweet cake.
Sweet
Sweet,
Monster
the word,
Art.
the
And
sweet.
you were saying
Yeah,
you're sweet, but if somebody mess with you, you can be a monster also, and that's why you named it that.
Yeah, Sweet Monsters Arts. Yes, that's my personality. And then I'm a Gemini too. As Geminis, we have that 200 different personalities every second, so, we can be nice. If you let us be nice, it's like, hey, we can be mean if you allow us to be mean. So, Sweet Monsters Arts. And that
Yes,
includes
ma'am.
just about everything artistic. I mean, I do just some about everything. The bead parties, the paint and sip parties, I can't think of this word, but anyway, where you handcraft, scrapbooking parties. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
stuff like that. And
Okay.
I haven't been able to do anything lately. Oh, just lately because a lot of things that happen. As Kenneth Parker passed away, right? You're aware of that, right?
That is the Shape Community Center's brother,
Yes,
Deloitte
Kenneth,
Parker's brother. Yes, I'm aware
yes,
of that.
yes. Yeah, he passed away. Then my sister passed away. Then other people were passing away, and it just took my mind on a big whirlwind. But I'm getting, back into one piece and what have you. And then I was falsely accused of shoplifting at Walmart on the 3rd of January. And I'm like, we really need our own everything. I was in the restroom and they came and got me up off the toilet. Can you believe that?
Mm.
So I'm like, we really need our own everything. Oh, being harassed while sitting on the toilet. Ain't that something? That was just totally humiliating.
Yes, ma'am. Woo,
So,
I'm sure it was humiliating. I
and then
want to
people
say
look at,
this, Sheba. If you can write down, I would love for you to put it in chat, but if you can't put it in chat, if you could type it in a Facebook, your name, Sweet Monster Art, and the other company that you mentioned, just make sure you type those in. If you could find the link for this particular show and put it in the comments, maybe even find it while we're still on, that would be good so that people who have heard you and they want to know more about it, they can look that up and they can contact you. But I want to go back into talking about festive occasions. When I say festive occasions, Miss Norma, when I say festive occasions, what comes to mind?
I don't even understand it. Because at first I thought you were saying
hold on now, Sheba. Let me ask Norma. I'll come back to you. Norma?
Okay.
Oh, well, festive occasion for me not necessarily has to, it's just where people are and having a good time with one another. That's what I consider a festive occasion. It doesn't have to be anything grandeur, as long as people are there and they're loving on each other, and some kind of music can be there, but not necessarily. But just people coming together and loving on each other and having a good time. That's what a festive occasion is.
I agree with that totally, and it can be big, it can be small. I wrote down a few things. Of course, parties can be a festive occasion, and there's many different kinds of parties. There can be a birthday party, a Christmas party, different kind of parties. Reunions can be a festive occasion. A travel event can be a festive occasion. You can go and travel and do a historical traveling event. You can go to travel to Atlanta and go to the King Center, and that can be one of the greatest events that you do. Believe it or not, a funeral can be a festive occasion. Do you agree with that, Norma?
Yes, because at that point, some people can come for what they call a celebration of life rather than mourning and grieving. But I'm not sure if I would call the grieving part or the crying and the hollering festive occasion.
Going back to travel, there are different, you can go to nature. Some people go to the Grand Canyon. That can be a festive occasion. As I said, historical, that can be a festive occasion. Going to travel and meet people, or just going across town to meet people and share a laugh. Y'all sit in a restaurant. That could be one of the most festive occasions that you have had. So festive occasion can mean different things to different people. Some people can go to church, and that can be their festive occasion. And so it means different things. But in 2024, I would like to have some festive occasions. Are there some suggestions that you might have, Norma, for festive occasions? And I'm gonna come back to you, Sheba.
Okay.
Well, sure. For me, Passover is a festive occasion for me. Feast of Dedication is also a festive occasion for me, and anything having to do with people coming together, unifying, fostering good health is festive occasion. Putting on a health retreat is a festive occasion with having to do with mental clarity and spiritual journey. Anything like that for me is what I consider as festive occasions, like such as even someone celebrating a child coming in this world, a baby shower, a birthday, celebrating someone's birthday because they've been on earth for so long and they weren't expecting it. That I would consider as, these are what I call festive occasion. Other people have different things that they would call like Easter Sunday, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Day, among others that come through like 4th of July. And but for me, I call different things that are really natural versus man-made stuff. That like Thanksgiving is just something man-made. Like a child coming in this world is not man-made for me. So I'm somewhat of a different point of view than most people would, but those are what regular people also call festive occasions.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, Sheba, what do you see as being festive occasions?
Well, first of all, I'd like to mention I'd never heard that word before, but until you mentioned it, the first thing popped in my head is a group of decent Black people congregating. I mean, a lot of us, maybe like 200 or 300 of us congregated at nighttime with lights, you know, like on like an acre of property. There's chairs and tables out there. There's barbecue, there's loads of food, there's people dancing, or just partying, just drinking, all kind of stuff, or people dressed up, and people singing, and there's a band playing. That's what comes to my mind. And people just partying until they drop, they get up, take a nap, and just get up and just do some more partying, and don't leave till about 6 or 8 the next morning. The party starts at 9 at night. You won't leave till 6 the next morning. So that's what I picture when you say festive occasion. Just, it's really no
You have
limit. It's
seen
not
a
like
few of
you have,
those times, haven't you?
huh?
You have seen a few of those times before where people party until the break of dawn.
Yes, a few times at the Shrine to the Black Madonna, and when I would go to Nigerian parties. Now, I tell you one thing, Nigerians don't know when to go to sleep and go home, and that's a good thing. They just party till people just drop until the last person, you know, it could be 8, 9 in the morning. Yes, I have seen stuff like that, and that's what comes to mind when You said festive occasion is like a festival, lights and stuff, and it's just fun. Everybody just having a good time. That's what comes to my mind when you say festive occasion.
Yes, ma'am. And there's different perspectives on festive occasions. As you were saying, you see 200 or 300 Black people together, that's festive. Now, for some
Yes.
people, they could be with a group of, you know, 3 or 4 of their family members, and they are just enjoying themselves. So,
Mhm.
and the different cultures, the Jewish culture may have a different ideal of what a festive occasion is. The
Mhm.
Hindu culture may have a different ideal. So it's different for different people. And
Yes.
since my sister's from Jamaica, I am looking forward to a festive occasion. There's a movie that is coming out February the 14th with
Mhm.
the national hero, one of the national heroes of Jamaica. And his story has not been told in the bright
Mhm.
lights. Those who have searched for his story certainly
Mhm.
have been able to find it. But
Mhm.
very important as far as culture. And I would like to take all of my kids and my loved ones to see that movie, and then we talk about it afterwards. And the movie
Mhm.
I'm talking about is One Love, which is the story of Bob Marley. So for me, I'm
Oh,
looking
okay.
forward to that particular festive occasion. And it's coming out on my birthday, which is February the 14th. So I'm gonna put everything
Mhm.
together and try to have a great festive occasion for that
Mhm.
particular event. And so festive occasion has different meanings for different people. And
Mhm.
some people, they put a lot of emphasis on Thanksgiving and birthdays and Christmas. Uh, Other people, not as much. And,
Mhm.
I have a respect for all different people and the way that they look at life and different ways, even though I may not celebrate in that same way, but I like
Mhm.
to have a recognition of what is important to other people besides myself and have respect along those lines. So festive occasions are important. They are part of our life that enhances our life. And
Mhm.
so for me, festive occasions are things that are important to people and that you could share with other people, and it enhances the enjoyment. Anything else about that you would like to share about possible festive occasions, even related to travel, Miss Norma?
Sure. I also wanted to like piggyback on what your guest, I'm sorry, what's your name
Her
again?
name is Sheba.
Sheba, sorry
Sheba.
about that. So yes, Sheba, I wanted to piggyback on that where you were saying about like 200 people coming together or more people. It's just like a community vibes where everybody is just on one accord. They hear that something is gonna happen and all of them come together and they're all excited and they're ready to party to the break of dawn. So that's kind of reminded me of when I was growing up in Jamaica, when it comes on to like the day before the actual New Year, we call it watch night in Jamaica. Like New Year's Eve is what we call it here in America. Like we all go to church and like at 11:30 we'll be there, or we'll probably will be there like from 7 p.m. singing and dancing in the church. But when it's time, it's 12 midnight, we literally dance and sing, and we have our tamarines and all kind of different instruments and stuff like that, whether it's be the harp, the organ, whatever we have, the guitars, and we just march around the community from that midnight until the break of dawn. And we are all touching different communities while we dance and sing and move around, because for some reason, whenever it comes on to watch night, the moon is so big, bright, and beautiful. It's much brighter than the street lights that you see out there. You can see yourself so clear and beautiful and crystal clear. You're seeing everybody's organ. You can like literally see each other's organs even through your clothes. And I'm telling you, that's how beautiful the creator is with his moon and his stars and his everything. And we would just party till we like we're not drinking or anything, but we just love on each other. We have the fruits and the vegetables. We're going around and we're dancing. It's just a great festivity. It's like a culture of people coming together and knowing that this is what they want to do, and they're just loving on each other and pouring out on each other. So that's, to me, that's a festive occasion that is always going to be a part of my life because I grew up in that culture. And that one love thing that you're talking about, I'm definitely looking forward to go and watch it with my daughter as well. So thank you for touching on that.
Yes, ma'am, and I'm looking forward to it too. Sheba, any other ideas on festive occasions?
Yes, when she was talking, it kind of reminded me of when I was growing up in South Louisiana. Every single day, it's like the neighborhoods, like the neighbors would gather together when everybody would get off of work, and people would just leave one by one, but it was like a daily festification, just a communal thing every night. It was like, people just gather together, drink Kool-Aid or beer or get their barbecue or get whatever they have to eat and just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until you get sleepy. And that was a nightly festification. And
Yes,
so while
ma'am.
she was talking, that's what I was thinking. I said, we had so much fun every evening. 4 or 5 or more would gather together. And we just talk, laugh and grin. And, the elders would give us stories and tell the young people stuff.
And I just wanted to share that it's such a part of our history as African descendant people. If you go back into our history, even into the chattel and slavery days, if you go to a song like Down by the Riverside, Down by the Riverside, Down by the, that was their way to have some love, some peace, some semblance of dignity and honor, even in a difficult situation. And they helped to bring the spirit up, even in that particular situation. So it was always a way of kind of building spirit among ourselves, which it still is. And you talked about Till the Break of Dawn. I kept thinking of the song by Stevie Wonder, where he was talking about the Master Blaster, jamming till the break of dawn. And if you listen at that song, he's talking about, hey, they want us to join the party. And it's just a festive occasion of a song, but it has meaning in it. And usually when we get together, there is some meaning in it. It's a situation where we can gather together among ourselves, have a conversation that can grow, can have meaning. We can teach our kids, we can teach our grandkids, and of course, we passing on information, passing on good feeling. So it's a very important thing. I want to go to this, Norma. Where are some places that our listeners can go to? Let's say they have resources and they can travel. Where are some good places that they can go to kind of see different things of nature, different things of culture, different things of history? I know a lot of people may not know that the largest place where African Americans are, African descendants are, is Brazil. One day I'd like to go to Brazil also to see that. But there's many places. I've been to Tanzania, and that was a festive occasion in many ways, but it was also a very eye-opening experience because they didn't have a indoor toilet. That was my first experience where I had to go to the hole that was dug outside. I didn't know that before I got there. So I paid $1 downtown in Arusha to use the restroom. And so I went in the room and it was a cement floor with a hole inside. I said, what did I pay $1 for? But so can you share, Norma, some places that people can see certain things and have a different perspective?
Sure, not a problem. I love the fact that you asked about that too, because us as you're calling it African American, we're we're so gung-ho about going to certain different culture to enjoy their their beaches or their tall buildings and stuff like that, and not realizing that Ghana has one of the most rewarding things to understand about our culture, are things that happen to us as African Americans. And when we when we look back on those, it's a part of slavery, but it's still a part of our history. And we can't erase our history. We have to know exactly where we come from to know how we're going to move past what we are going through right now. So a lot of people don't have an understanding about. I would love for you guys to think about the history of
What
Ghana.
part of
It's part
Ghana?
of West
All
Africa.
Ghana or just a crop?
I'm not sure exactly where it is, but there's a part. I was doing some review the other day, and I see that there's a place where you can literally go and you can see where they put these people in like a like a it's not a room, and there's so many of them. It's kind of difficult to talk about that because it's kind of like overwhelming to even think about it. But even in Egypt, a lot of the things that are there are really about us. It's not really necessarily about what other people are telling us. And Nigeria is so rich with culture there, but as you can see that they're not showcasing those beautiful things. Those countries were robbed of their resources, so they're
If I
looking
could
like
just
they're poor when
interject
they're
real
not.
quick, a lot of people don't know, they only know about the pyramids that are in Egypt, but deeper in Africa, there's a lot of pyramids also. And those pyramids were there before the ones in Egypt. You go to Sudan and some of the other countries, there are pyramids, a lot of pyramids that they have not even shared. Some of them have been covered over by sand, but some of them are still standing. So it's a whole lot of culture, history that they don't want you to necessarily know about because it goes away from the foundation that they're trying to share. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yes, you are definitely right, because just like how they cover up so much of our faces there, or but you can still see our features, they wiped over them. That's what they would call them, like turn them into different colors, but you still see the feature that it's not that type of race that is there. It's our thing. But anyways, moving forward, like Costa Rica is a beautiful heritage where all those wild animals there, the jungle animals, and they have so much beautiful parks there. That's one place that I would say if you're gonna go. Mexico has so much treasure for us, and that's a part of our history, like the Aztec and those
And the
rocks.
Olmecs.
Yes, they have so much rich history for you guys to go to and go see a lot of what we has to offer. And even Jamaica has a lot of mineral places like where you can go and get these water that can make you feel like your whole entire being is being uplifted and rooted out of anything that is bogging you down. We have so many of those things out there. So it's good for you guys to learn different cultures. Of course, you have like Italy and Rome where they have the Colosseum, and Paris where they have the Eiffel Tower and all that. But those are not rich in my history. So I would say learn about the history of where you're coming from, as because there's so many other things out there showing you their history. But what about your history? So learn more about what we are, and I can share with you some more later, but because I don't want to take up too much of time, but there's so much
Oh,
stuff out there
we're gonna
for
take a
us.
little time. We got some more time. So keep that thought. Sheba, you want to share on that? Different parts of the culture that would be good for people to see?
Yes. Um, just all over the world. Just basically this planet Earth has a lot of beautiful sceneries. It's just like here in Texas. I didn't know that the state of Texas had caves, beautiful caves, and you go inside of them. It's like, I mean, it's like you in another world, or a dream state. So it's a lot of beautiful things right here in America, right here in Houston, Texas, for people to see. for you to see. So, you know, never list the entire planet. This whole planet is filled with all kind of wonders.
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, I was in Austin, and I went to the first I didn't know they had a George Washington Carver Museum that really describes all the African families, African American families that fought for things in Austin and were a part of the culture of Austin. Of course, if you don't know, I'm going to share with you that the Alamo and the Texas fight for independence was a fight against the settlers of Texas, who were, of course, slaveholders who wanted to hold their slaves, and the Santa Anna and his boys were a part of the Hispanic Spanish culture of Mexico, and that wasn't something that they wanted to permit. And that had a whole lot to do with what happened in that particular war. But, if I got to inform Nikki Haley, slavery has been, and the fight to subjugate Black people has been a long-standing fight throughout the world. Now, a lot of races have been through that type of subjugation. However, none have been more pronounced as the dark-skinned people of the world, because, of course, we have a much more identifying mark than any other race. So, and throughout any place in America, there has been some semblance of that struggle. So you can always look at that. There's a lot of things in nature to look at. There's a lot of things that are historical to look at, and there's a lot of things related to people. I went down to Tulsa. Tulsa is the home of Black Wall Street. Of course, they have a great museum there, but you could if you look back at the pictures of Black Wall Street and how it looked back then, and then compare it to how it looks today, you see that correlation. You see that. And then go back and look at the pictures and the history of that. You can kind of feel that. And the street looks the same, and so forth. But throughout America, you have all of these particular historical incidents. So if you're interested in that, that's a lot of information. And you can contact me, or you can contact any one of my guests, and we'll share some of those things with you. But it's so much. Are there any other things that you wanted to share, Sister Norma? Let me say, this is the 149th episode of the Sourceseeker Hour. I am Baruti Carl Alexander, your host. I'm a part of the founder of the Sourceseeker Network. We also have on the Sourceseeker Network this Sunday, Dr. Deborah Wilson is going to be doing her show on minding my mental wellness, mental health, on Tuesdays, every other Tuesday of the month. There is Paula's Purse, which is very exciting and interesting things in the community, in the world that she's discussing. She's now discussing domestic violence, which is a very prominent thing that is, I shouldn't say prominent, because I don't want to give it any credence. It's so ugly and so despicable that men they can't deal with a lady who is very strong and voices her displeasure. And since they can't beat her in conversation, they want to go to physical, and that is despicable. So Paula is talking about that on Paula's Purse, and you can find her show on the Sourceseeker Network, www.sourceseeker.net, or just look on Paula's Purse, Kambali Kambesha on Facebook. So I want to come back to my guest, Norma. Festive Occasion helps people get through the drudgery of life, the difficulties of life. We got to have some celebrations. you might go through work for weeks and months because you are able to look forward to, hey, I know this party is going to be happening and it's going to be lit, it's going to be great. And if I could just get there, I'll feel better. And those things are important. Just like I'm looking forward to my birthday and Bob Marley. Are there any other things that you would like to share?
In regards to festivities, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Oh, okay. So you were asking me about some festivities that I'm planning. Like I'm planning just to have people who like never been on a cruise because they feel like people have talked, say so many things, negative things about being on the sea. But the sea is just imagine you being in that on that open sea and you're taking in that nice fresh salt air. Salt air is so much of a purification for like the sea salt. And that even if you drink sea salt itself, it can release you of so many bad things, mucus and diseases that is in your system. But a lot we're not being taught that. So being on the open frontier like that, you could definitely heal yourself while you're on those cruises. And if you're also doing something like a purification, kind of a health retreat, you definitely can be able to hear good things coming into your spirit. Just get away from all of the negativity, just to go at least few days to get away from all of that. Cruises can help you do that because you're not just staying in one place, you're moving and you're moving and you're constantly moving and you feel you're having different like it can sense the difference within the air from like this country and this country versus going to a resort, which I'm going to in Jamaica for my birthday with among some other people who are planning to come with me. So like for people who are wondering about what the festivities like on board a cruise ship, it's massive. It's so much things that you can do on there. So if you're thinking about just getting away for some time and just be around some new people, you're learning other people culture, you can literally stay on there. It's like a moving resort for a cruise. So you are learning, you're not going to find one set of people on that cruise. You're going to find people all over the world with so many different rich, pure, deep culture that you can learn from. So just don't stick around the people that you come with. Go and learn some other people, learn new faces, new thought processes, new ways to think of in life. Don't just dredge up the past and not try to move forward. Things like that. That's what a cruise can do, help revitalize your mind, soul, spirit, and body, right? Because they even have mashy gym on there that you can literally use. And take some time for yourself every now and again and move away from your norm. Get away. Take a trip somewhere. It doesn't have to be a long 7 days trip. It can be a few days to get away and be among somewhere and some another place that can just uplift you. So those kind of festivity, like I hear people talk about Vegas a lot. It's not all of what you hear people say. You have some places there that is like mansions and different vibes than what you hear them talking about. Those messy or just gambling on. There's so much other things on that desert. Can you imagine God created that place? Do you think that's all they have there? No. God creates so much things for us to enjoy, and we should enjoy it because we're making people take away everything that was created for the entire earth, like water. What if they could sell air? They would be selling air. We have so much water here, and you're trying already taking it. Now you're trying to go to Mars to find water when there's so much water here. So get out, find places and things to do to make your life a lot happier, and go amongst people. Join a club. That can be a festive occasion where you're just reading a book and stimulating your mind and your mental capacity and your mindset to spew out much better things for people to acknowledge and see that, oh, this girl is on a different level. She's not just doing the norm. You're moving past that because you're created to do better, bigger and better, and you're better than what you are now because every day there's a way for you to become the purpose-driven person that you are on earth. So you can always find different ways to be festive. You can create your own festivity and get other people to ride along with you because there's so many people out there who really need a break from everything else that is going on in this world. That doesn't even concern them. So that's
Very,
that.
very powerful. Thank you. Thank you very much. A cruise. Yes, that is something that I have not done, that we have been talking about as the reunion committee of my old high school for 45th reunion. We're talking about taking a cruise from here down the Mississippi River all the way to Memphis, then going to Memphis and then coming back on the river. That would be a whole different experience. We are getting toward the end of our show. Sheba, would you like
Yes.
to share some of the things that you are thinking about festive occasions, as well as if you just want to share about some of the products or things that you are doing and you would like the audience to know?
Okay, so far as more festification, I'm more of a simple country girl. You know, I like things of nature. You know, a lot of people like to travel, they like to do this and that and stuff, and I just enjoy just enjoying the things that are right under most people's nose that they just take for granted every single day. They just look at it like, oh, it's just so and so and so. I look at the leaves. I enjoy the trees. I enjoy taking trips in the woods, going in the forest, imagining being in the jungle, being one with nature, communicating with the animals, with the plants. You know, celebrating life. Looking up at the sky and it's like, hey, you don't have to plan to go in space. We're already in space. We're on a living, breathing ship called Earth. We're already in space. Things like that. You know, that's festification. Just enjoying what you have right under your nose. And so far as like some of my products, like I was saying earlier, are doing bee parties. That's when a group of us get together, like 5 or more. We get together, have the beads, do the jewelry. We eat. You know, we can play some food, or we can sing and dance and stuff like that. That's a form of festification. And also when I do the what did I say about this? You know, when you do the cards and stuff like that, scrapbooking parties. It's the same thing. You know, you get together, 5 or more people. You eat. You know, you do the scrapbooking and you communicate. That's a part of festification, you know, people just coming together and feeling good. And making jewelry or sipping paint is another festification. People, you know, 5 or more of us come together. We just sip on wine or whatever, or some juice or whatever they want to drink, and we just paint. Those are forms of festification. Or if we want to get together, a group of us, and sew something. So, you know, that's part of art, festification. Or we can just go in nature and just pick up some acorns or something like that and drill holes in them and make necklaces and earrings and bracelets out of it. Like I was saying, I'm
You
just
are
a
so
simple little
creative.
country girl.
Pick up
And I
acorns
love
and drill holes in them. Yes.
Yeah, drill holes in them and let them dry and make beautiful necklaces out of them, bracelets, earrings. I mean, you'd be surprised. I'm more like I said, I'm a simple country girl. I love simple things and mostly nature. So I enjoy the festification of dealing with nature and animals.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
that's it. You know, art. You know, that's what I find fun in doing.
So do you
Everybody,
have a couple of things that you are working on that you would like to share with the audience?
so far as jewelry,
As far as any of your products, anything that you're doing?
yes, I do some of everything. Like I said, the handcrafted soaps, and a lot of people would like the charcoal soap. They like the charcoal soaps and the golden seal soaps. You know, people really love those. And the bath crystals, I do that. People just love anything I do, really. So, and the jewelry, the handcrafted purses, and sometimes I make clothes for people. I measure them and make some things like that for them. You know, like I said before, you know, that's the paintings. Yeah, that's
I put
paintings.
it in the chat. It's Sweet Monster Art and
Yeah.
Sheba Amenrahotep.
Yeah, Sheba Amenrahotep. Yeah, I have a Facebook page where I
Yes.
have a lot of interaction on there, pretty good interaction. And the name of the page where my art is Sweet Monsters Arts.
Okay. All right. Again, Sheba, if you will send me, basically, if you can just send me like well, first of all, I already know where your links are, so I'll go and find that. But if you want to just send me something in Messenger or something that I can promote, but I'm gonna go find your stuff and I'm gonna make sure that people can connect with it. My sister Norma has already followed you on Facebook, and you can follow Sheba at Sweet Monster Art, or just go to her name, Sheba Amenrahotep. Say your last name again.
Amen. Yes, it's Amen. It's spelled like Amen. Amen, Ratatep. Amenrahotep. Sheba Amenrahotep.
Yes, ma'am. Very creative, and you all should check her out. She has a multitude of things. She has art, she has jewelry, she has sculptures, soap. One of the main things she does is soap, jewelry, so many different things. This is about your, what, 7th time on the show, Sheba?
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
I lost count. I lost count
I
2
have
years
too,
ago.
Sheba. But you were on one of our first shows in the studio, and as
Yes.
always, I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything that you do. And I thank you, and I'm always going to be reaching out to you and connecting
Thank
with
you.
you and finding out what's going on. So I appreciate it. Any final statements, Sheba?
Yes, I always enjoy coming on your show, and I always enjoy things that you have to say and your guests. I learn something every time I come on here. I mean, every time, and it's just amazing the contact that you have and the people that you know. And like I said, I'm always learning something. It's a pleasure to be a guest on your show, and it's a pleasure to learn something. And I learned a new word, festification. At first I thought you said gentrification and was just mispronouncing it, but I learned something new.
Actually, it was 2 words, but I like them making it the one word, and we'll make that together. Festivication. I like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought you said.
We made a new word. It was actually festive occasion, but we're gonna call it festivication. Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, thank you, Sheba. Hold on, and I would like to let Norma close us out with her final word. And I just want to mention again, we all looking forward to that One Love February 14th, which is my birthday, Valentine's Day. Yes, truly. Yes, go ahead, Norma.
So thank you so much. And Sheba, congratulations. And thank you so much for spreading that much nice healing. Everything that you're doing is a part of healing. That your art, your crystals. I love crystals. I have them like just spread all over my place because they bring some form of purity in your space that you're in. And you even deal with herbs. I'm also a herbalist. I have a herbal website on normasherbs.com. I love what I also find freeing is traveling the world and seeing what the Lord has created for us to bask in and enjoy, because we just think that it's just one right here is just all, but it's a vast world out there. So I like that you have this art that can imagine, and you can go anywhere with your imagination. So you have a lot of good talent that I've always wanted, and I'm glad that I'm surrounded by somebody with your greatness. You're using all of the talent that the Most High gave to you, and you're just doing great things with it. So I'm looking forward to more likely partnering up with you, or collaborating with you and understanding more, because even the soaps that you're talking about, I always want to do those natural things. I hate using anything with chemicals in it. So I would love to understand more how you do it. I bought machines, I bought things that I'm supposed to use to do it. I never use that because I don't really have somebody to do. I like not people to do it with me versus me watching a video and somebody just walking me through the steps, So I'd love to have a conversation with you. But as I said, I'm a herbalist. I'm a baby. I'm a childcare providers. So a lady came to my place and she said she had some form of cancer. And she said she wanted to go to Honduras to go get it taken care of through a Dr. Sabi. And I'm like, who's Dr. Sabi and why are you going to go somewhere that you don't even have any money to go to? So I started looking online for her, like, how can I help her to get rid of this thing that she can't afford to pay thousands and thousands of dollars, much as to take flight to go somewhere. So I started looking online and I saw that Source Up Leaves was one of the greatest things to help you release stuff from out of your system that having to do with cancer cells. And so the same thing with dandelion. And I started doing it for her. Lo and behold, like a week later, the lady disappeared. Stressed me out a lot. But anyways, after that, I found out about Dr. Sabi and the great things he has done for so many people around the world. And because of that, I started a group on Facebook because I was trying to get the help that I need for that lady, and everybody was just sending me here, there, and everywhere. And somebody said, "Go form your own group, Norma. I don't care about that if they're not helping you." And I formed a group, and within like a week, there's 1,000 people. So right now, I have a group of over 33,000 people that I assist with so many different things, not worrying about paying them, but just doing a lot of research and helping until someone offered me a website. They're like, "Norma, you're answering all my customers' information here. Do this." And then it was just everything. You're just doing good, and good is just coming to you. And after that, somebody talked to me about travel, and now I'm a part of that. So I can literally take people anywhere they want to go, whether they want to do healing, whether they want to just sit and relax somewhere in their backyard or at a stadium nearby them. I just love that. And I would love to, I thank God for the fact that I can help people create a legacy and leave generational wealth and not having to worry about what their child, if their children or their offspring or they're here as anything left back, so they don't leave them a bill. Instead, they're leaving them a will. So I'm grateful for this platform. I thank you so much for even considering me. I really apologize about being a little late. When you have Thursday seems to be my busy day, and I apologize. But thank you so much for being so humble and grateful. I'm grateful in every way.
Well, thank you. Thank both of you. And one of the things that I really enjoy is having a platform. Believe it or not, Sheba, I used to be shy. I used to be very shy and not confident. But through this platform, I have grown. I have grown. I'm a lot stronger. I'm a lot bolder. I'm a lot more confident through this platform. When I first started with my first episode, I was but today I can speak a lot clearer, and I appreciate this opportunity. And yes, I appreciate the opportunity to have a platform that brings people together. Now Sheba knows Norma. Norma knows this person that I know. Sheba has met this person that I know. And through that circle, we can find a way to create things and create a bigger circle to help more people, to have more people informed, to have more people with knowledge on how to help themselves and help others. So I appreciate it. I'm Baruti Carl Alexander. This is our 149th episode. And if you have a comment or a question for Norma or Sheba, you can contact them directly. They're available, or you can contact me and I will share it with them. We will see you next time on the Sourceseeker Hour. Thank you very much. See you next time.